It's not just a rumor. It's a behind-the-scenes movement that has created a real ticking time bomb for the future of our franchise. It just leaked that a colossal trade involving a rival from our division and a heavyweight from the AFC created the most perfect domino effect we could imagine. This clash of titans in the market could simply push the number one talent, the absolute best prospect of this entire class, right into our lap. I will reveal the name of this star and how this will happen shortly. But don't celebrate yet, because the red alert is flashing at our headquarters. Exactly at the moment this golden opportunity appears. New behind-the-scenes information says that the whole league is shamelessly lying, and that our own franchise is completely operating in the dark. One misstep in the middle of this smoke, and we could throw our entire rebuilding effort in the trash. And as if that absurd tension wasn't enough, I saved the biggest twist for last. A very respected NFL scout just nailed the exact name of the monster we are going to select to bolster our team. But for this monumental choice to happen, there is a critical condition. A brutal barrier of availability on the board, so unpredictable and dangerous that I bet you still haven't seen the gigantic trap that is set for us. I'm going to expose this whole strategy now, but first, give a like to the video. It's just one click, and it helps me a lot to bring the truth to our fans. The NFL never stops surprising. There are always things happening behind the scenes, as evidenced once again by the bombastic trade on Saturday night that shook the league's foundations. As a fan who follows every move, I know this trade could benefit the Commanders in more than one way. In a surprising twist, the New York Giants traded defensive lineman Dexter Lawrence II, a three-time Pro Bowl selection, to the Cincinnati Bengals. The AFC North Club assessed the situation and decided they wouldn't get a better player with the 10th overall pick, sending their high-level first-round pick to MetLife Stadium to finalize the deal. While the compensation is extraordinary, Lawrence is an exceptional player who has been causing nightmares for the Commanders since he entered the league in 2019. So players like Sam Cosmi and Chris Paul are not exactly going to shed tears for not having to face the defensive force of the team twice a season. This also gives the Giants 2 picks in the top 10 considerably. They are at 5th overall and now have the Bengals pick 10th. This significantly increases their options, and an NFL analyst believes the formula is quite obvious. During a segment on ESPN Radio, draft expert Matt Miller hinted that the Giants would now use the 5th overall pick to select a defensive player, with the Ohio State duo, linebacker Sonny Styles and safety Caleb Downs, being heavily watched. With the new pick, the analyst believes Arizona State receiver Jordan Tyson is a viable option, especially considering the time the Giants have spent observing him in recent days. They could also use the pick to select an offensive line player. There will be several interesting options available, which would also help quarterback Jackson Dart. But for the Commanders, this trade could bring them even closer to the chance of getting Notre Dame running back Jeremiah Love. Most league experts believe there were 2 obstacles between the Commanders and Love, unless another team moved up in the draft with a trade. The Tennessee Titans were one of them, at 4th position. The Giants were another at 5th. That may still be true, but it seems less likely now. The Commanders won't be sad to see Lawrence leave. They will be even happier with this transaction if it gives them the chance to select Love, which is undoubtedly the best overall prospect of this class. There is still a long way to go and many unknowns ahead, but perhaps things are aligning for Washington after all. And now, get ready for the disturbing truth. You will find out how Adam Peters revealed that no one is telling the truth this speculation season. Adam Peters is uncertain about how things will unfold in any way. Adam Peters will have to make important decisions in the 2026 NFL Draft. The Washington Commanders need to get their first-round pick right. But who will be available when it's time to choose is still a complete mystery, and the general manager hopes it stays that way until the big night. This is one of the most unpredictable drafts in recent times. There is only one certainty. The Indiana quarterback, Fernando Mendoza, will be selected by the Las Vegas Raiders as the 1st overall pick. After that, anything can happen, and Peters doesn't believe anything he hears this season. Speculation is running high. During his press conference before the draft, Peters reiterated that it is difficult to have an accurate sense of what might happen in Washington. It is a constantly changing scenario where new information emerges every day. And for the executive, rumors and gossip are not exactly a cause for concern. It's hard to understand or predict where everything is heading. We hear something new every day, and no one is telling the truth. This echoed Peters' sentiment at the league's annual meeting. He had little idea at the time, and it remains that way. That doesn't mean he won't have plans for every possible scenario. The Commanders interviewed hundreds of prospects. They included their pre-draft visits, and Peters has all the necessary knowledge to devise effective strategies. Acting quickly is crucial, and his phone will always be available for potential negotiations. Only one quarterback is expected to be selected in the first round, unless someone charms enough. With Alabama prospect Ty Simpson, this changed everything, but there should still be a good selection of prospects for Peters to choose from, and when the time comes, he will have all the necessary information. This may become clearer in the coming days or not. The landscape changed again when the New York Giants traded defensive lineman Dexter Lawrence II, elected to the Pro Bowl with the Cincinnati Bengals for the 10th pick of the draft. More moves may happen, so Peters will closely monitor the developments to see how they may affect Washington's selection process. It is a fascinating moment. The Commanders need to find a player who makes a difference at pick 7. They are strong candidates to bounce back next season. But there is still much work ahead. Peters and others in the league are completely in the dark about what is going to happen, but that's what makes it all so exciting. Unfortunately, it won't be long before we get there. And now, to wrap up with uncertainty. You will understand why an NFL scout predicts Sonny Styles, but availability is becoming distant. The signs are not good for the Commanders at this moment. General Manager Adam Peters has no idea how things might unfold before the Washington Commanders make their pick, the 7th overall. There are many unknowns, so panicking amidst total chaos is not an option. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone has a theory. Peters does not believe in rumors and gossip. It is a season of lies in the league, with everyone trying to gain an advantage. But there should be some good prospects available when it's Washington's turn to choose. An AFC East scout believes there could be a sensible solution for the Commanders if they resist the temptation to trade their pick for a lower position in the draft. Unfortunately, his dream pick for Washington may already be off the table, judging by recent speculations. An AFC scout predicted that the Commanders would select Ohio State linebacker Sonny Styles. The importance that Coach Dan Quinn places on linebackers could be decisive. The prospect's ability to impact the game in all phases, coupled with his exceptional athleticism, makes this a tempting proposition for Washington. But the Commanders don't have an urgent need, and in a draft with few elite talents, it's tempting to trade down and gain more capital instead of debating between a non-priority position or possibly selecting a third cornerback. Dan Quinn knows the value of a linebacker with range and playmaking ability. That's why he signed Bobby Wagner. Styles has that athletic ability, but he stands at 6'5", closes passing windows, and is also a competent blitzer. The Commanders have praised Styles throughout their pre-draft evaluations. This cannot be overlooked, even though Washington already has Frankie Louvu, Jordan Magee, and newly signed Leo Chenal. However, there is a major issue that the scout overlooked. Styles' moment has never been more favorable. His value is skyrocketing. This is not a draft where positional value is so important, so the chances of him being available for Washington are becoming increasingly remote. There is a good chance Styles will be selected within the top 5. Whether that will happen by a team already in position or if someone will trade up in the draft to secure the pick is still unknown, but it is a legitimate factor. And without concrete arguments to be aggressive, Peters will have to wait to see what transpires. In fact, no one really knows what Peters has planned. The Commanders' offensive positions around quarterback Jaden Daniels need a dynamic boost, regardless of Brandon Ayuk's arrival. This won't go unnoticed, but Washington won't draft solely based on their needs. It's about flexibility. Having Styles would be nice, but the Commanders' unique position means that nothing should be completely dismissed. As a fan, I understand that the draft is unpredictable and that Peters will do his best. Peters' strategy will be crucial for the Commanders' success in 2026. He needs to be prepared for multiple scenarios and ready to act quickly. The draft is an opportunity to transform the team. Peters' flexibility will be tested like never before. With so many unknowns, he needs to have plans for every possible situation. This requires deep analysis and understanding of the market. The Commanders have the necessary tools for success. With Jaden Daniels leading the offense and Dan Quinn on defense, the team has a solid foundation. The draft could be the catalyst for success. As a Commanders fan, I'm hopeful that Peters will make the right choices. His approach to the draft has been impressive so far. I hope he continues with that philosophy in 2026. Next week will be exciting for all Commanders fans. The draft could change everything for the team. Let's see how Peters navigates this chaos. Hey fan, after discovering how the trade of Dexter Lawrence II might bring the Commanders closer to Jeremiah Love, understanding that Adam Peters revealed that no one is telling the truth this season of speculation, and knowing that a scout predicts Sonny Styles but availability is becoming distant, which of these situations makes you feel more hopeful or worried? Do you believe the Commanders should really keep the 7th pick for an elite player like Jeremiah Love? Or would it be smarter to trade down to get more picks and address multiple needs? And more importantly, do you trust that Adam Peters will make the right choices in the draft to maximize the opportunity window with Jaden Daniels? Or are we just postponing the inevitable and need more drastic changes in the organization? Leave your opinion in the comments. I want to know what you think about the future of the Washington Commanders.